Hello, I am Biswas Patrai. Today I am going to present the case of Mr. Merritt versus Mrs. Merritt. It is the case related to the creating legal relation. In this case, while talking about the issue of the case, there was a husband and wife named Merritt and Mrs. Merritt, and they are the couple sitting together, and they buy a house in 133 Kelton Road, Hook, Changstown, which was in the mortgage, and it was in the name of husband. When the time passes on, they decided that to put the house in both jointly name, and they sign and they put in on jointly. After some time, when the time passes on, husband cheated her wife, and he fall in love with another lady. So that's why they want to separate, and after some times of separations, they decided to be in a contract that they made an agreement with husband. By sitting in the husband car, they made an agreement. They agreed and signed that Mr. Merritt would pay Mrs. Merritt a pound of $40 monthly sum and eventually transfer the house to her if Mrs. Merritt keep the monthly mortgage payment continuously. After the payment was made, Mr. Merritt refused to transfer the house to his wife, and she bring a case to the court, and the judges started to proceed the case up. And the relevancy of, while talking about the relevancy of these cases, this case is an English case law on the matter of creating legal relation. Somehow this case seems to be matches with the case of Balfour versus Balfour, but going to the fact, the agreement between spouses are really legally enforceable, but in this case they are in the separate condition, or they are not sitting together, or they are likely divorced. So in the court, the defendant, his husband, said that he is not intended to have a legal relation. It was, he says, a family arrangement such as was considered by the court in Balfour versus Balfour. So, but I don't think these cases of Balfour versus Balfour related to these cases, or it have the application over here, because in this case they are separate or about to separate. They want everything cut and dry. It may safely be present, or they are intended to create a legal relation. Again, her husband says, under the section 17 of the Married Women Property Act 1882, this house would be owned by the husband and the wife jointly, and while after transferring the house also, she must keep the house safely and hold it properly for the trust of them both jointly. The application of these cases related to the Balfour versus Balfour, but in this case the main difference between the Balfour versus Balfour and this case is that in that case, in the case of Balfour versus Balfour, they are in a relation, but here they are likely to be divorced. So the case is different, and the main conclusion made by the court is that, the main message of the court is that domestic arrangement could be rebutted where there was evidence of intention to create a legal relation, and in this case was finalized in 1970, 27 April, and Mrs. Merritt win the cases. So we all know, we came to know that the domestic arrangement could be reverted, while it was not in the case of sitting together, or they are in a couple bed. Thank you.